So it was kind of more like, please don't try that again, because I don't...
Sem muita enrolação, sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo do canal Garcia Gamer. E eu sou o africano que está aqui a reagir a essa obra-prima de hoje. O Walker reagiu àquela lambreta do Vinícius Júnior, então deixa eu reagir aqui ao como o Walker reagiu. Parece que ele não ficou muito feliz com isso, mas já vimos aí o momento de respeito entre eles dois. Sem esquecer, por favor, deixa o teu like, se inscreve no canal, porque... Pelo menos se inscreve no canal, porque eu tô... São 1 da manhã, você tá vendo de...
Your battle last week with Vinicius Junior was one of the highlights, highlighted on social media after the game. What's it like to play against someone like that? Is that an ultimate test, and how important is that personal battle in winning the game?
Well, good afternoon. First of all, I don't think it's just about A and B. I think it's a team game, and obviously it is a personal battle where you're coming against one of the best players in the world. But you know, I've faced many over the years that have been, you know, just as good as him, but I think he's in the form of his life. So, you know, whoever is picked to play in that position to defend against him, you know, it's going to be a great battle.
You can tell by the attention in this room how big this game is. How big is it to you? How big does it feel to you as a player?
I think it's big to every one of us in that dressing room. We know the goals at the end of it. It's a massive week for the club. We've put ourselves in, you know, a fairly good situation, you know, compared to 2 months ago, and that's in the Premier League. But you know, moving forward into the Champions League, to go to the Bernabeu and get a 1-1, to then bring it to the Etihad, where I think we've been, you know, more than confident, you know, in the last number of years, especially in the Champions League, to go and get a result. And just hopefully we can, you know, go and do that again. Obviously, put our name in the history books for this club, and put this club on, you know, the Champions League map, really.
Carl, just going back to Vinicius again, can you just tell us what goes through your mind when he's got that ball in front of you and he's running at you? Because he's got the pace, hasn't he? He's got the skills, and like you say, he's in the form of his life at the moment.
Yeah. I take it as any other game. You have to show him the level of respect. It's like I said with, you know, Mbappe when I played him in the World Cup. You give them respect that they deserve, but you're not going to just say go and walk through and go and score. You know, I'm representing Manchester City. I'm representing a massive football club here, and the ambition for this club is massive. So if I can't compete with these top players that are playing for Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, you know, Chelsea or whatever it may be, then I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be sat in this chair talking to you. You know, I need to make sure that I come against the best, and you know, I can deal with the best.
Hi Carl, Ben from Sky. Carl, it wasn't that long ago that you had found yourself out of the side, and the manager sat right there and he explained to us why you weren't being selected at that point, and he was essentially saying there were certain elements of your game that you weren't able to do from what you wanted in that position. You've obviously since got yourself back in, but when you heard what he said that day, how did you react personally to that?
I have to react as a professional. He's my manager, he's my boss. Sometimes, you know, certain opinions in football you don't always agree with, but for what he's done for me in my career, especially what he's done for Manchester City in the last 6 years that I've been here, has been nothing short but, you know, tremendous. So, did it hurt? Of course it did. Of course it did. I wouldn't be sat here lying to you and saying it didn't hurt. Of course it does. You start to doubt yourself, but I think that you just have to go back to basics. You have to go back to what you're good at, what you're, you know, what he bought you for, and prove him wrong. And I think that's what I've just done. I've just got my head down. I've made sure that I'm with the lads. You know, I'm one of the captains. I need to make sure that, you know, my disappointment isn't shown on the team as such, you know, and I move on as professional as I can be.
Kyle, going back to that moment between you and Vinicius after the final whistle last week, why did you decide to go and hug him? What did you say to each other, and the message that you are opponents, bitter rivals in an environment especially that he has to live in?
I went to hug him because he tried to rainbow flick me. So it was kind of more like, please don't try that again, because I don't...
Vinícius, não tenta outra vez. Olha, o Walker já disse, não tenta outra vez. Preto mesmo não vai mudar, tipo eu.
I don't want to be a meme or anything. But I think, you know, boxers, they fight, they have a good battle, and then they shake hands after. And I think that's the level of respect that I do have for him. It was the same with any other player that I feel when it's a good game, you know, you go and give them that level of respect because they deserve it. You know, they're carrying a lot of pressure on their shoulders as well to take, you know, a massive club like that, you know, over the line in the Champions League. They've not done well in their league, and you know, this is their kind of the last prize that they need to go and win. So you show your respect to him, but as again, tomorrow night, if chosen, you know, there's no respect after the whistle. I'll give him the respect that he deserves, but before then, you know, it's kind of dog eat dog.
I will try in English.
Okay.
I want to know your opinion about how is Vinicius on the pitch. Do you think is him a provocative player?
Boa pergunta. Vinicius
I wouldn't say provocative player. I'd say he's a very good player. He does what he needs to do to get his team over the line. I try not to get involved in it all. You know, if there's something going on or someone's, you know, we'll call it trash talking, it doesn't really bother me. I've been through, you know, things in my life that are more difficult than people trying to wind me up and get a reaction out of me. But I think that he just lets his football do the talking. You know, they've seen a few clips of him going down a little bit easy, asking for yellow cards and stuff like that.
Final da Champions League vai vir, não sei o que vai acontecer. Só se fala de Vinicius e Walker, só se fala de Vinicius e Real Madrid. Que jogo vai ser amanhã, mano? Então fiquem ligados. Se inscrevam no canal porque aqui vamos ter reações que vocês não sabem de onde eu tirei. Quem vai vencer? Real Madrid ou Real Madrid?